Hi everyone, so in this video I want to show you three things. One is how to create this second arm of the clock, which I haven't shown you yet. The second is the recess, and the third one is how to make a drawing from this item, with along the way some shortcuts as always. So I want to get rid of these four items because those are the ones that I created already. Get rid of that sketch as well. I would like to reuse this sketch to create a new arm, and along the way I'm also going to show you how to create a new plane. So remember, the sketch, there it sits, is placed on the front plane. So I would, first of all, I'm going to use the front plane to create a duplicate from. Now there are other ways of doing this, so you could go to the head-up display if you've got my display settings and click on plane. You could go to surfaces and go to reference geometry and select plane, but the short way is just to select the plane, hold the control button down and drag a new plane out. Magic. Okay, so then in the property manager I'm just going to type in a rounded off figure. That's the one I want. Right, now that sketch there can be copied, so go Control C and it's now in memory, and if I select a new plane or a new face anywhere I want, and I say Control V, the new sketch will be placed on that plane or face. So there it is. That sketch is on that plane. I'm going to edit the sketch. It's blue at the moment. It still has all of its relations. It's just not connected, and the reason for that is you need to just drag this whole sketch out and then reselect that point and the origin and say make coincidence. Right, so it goes black. So let's just quickly, while we're at it, get this arm to be shorter. So that's my arm. I want to be able to rotate it. I can't do anything like that while it's black. So I need to get rid of some of the relations. So the way to do that is to select the entire sketch. Not an element like that, but the entire sketch, so it all highlights, and you can see the relations are displayed, which means you can select one and delete it if you want to. There's a quicker way though. I'm going to select the entire sketch again, and then in the top of the command manager, this command display delete relations will appear, will then give you options in the properties manager on the left hand side. At the moment I've got selected entities highlighted. What I can do instead is say all in the sketch, so that'll give me all of the relations in the sketch. And now I can select them one by one. You'll see as I select them they highlight. So that one there, horizontal, that one there, that horizontal. So I can see what I'm selecting. I'm holding the control button down. I don't want to touch the tangents or the midpoints. I do want to get rid of some of the coincidence. Now this last coincidence is going to appear at the bottom here, and that one I don't want to touch. So if I click on it, you can see it's there. I'm going to deselect it. I want to delete those relations, so I'm going to hit the delete key, and you'll see my sketch turns semi-blue. So that semicircle has remained coincident with the origin, and this would allow me to rotate the sketch, but it's going to go a bit wonky. Watch what happens. You see, the problem is that these two outside lines have no relation to that inner line, and I want them to, so I'm going to select them all, and I'm going to put in a symmetric relation. What that'll do is it'll constrain those lines to this middle line. So if I move this item over and I rotate, everything stays the same, which is what I want. So now I want to put in a dimension to control this. So I'm going to activate my smart dimension at the top, or right click drag, click on that smart dimension item, click on the line, and then if you click on either of the points, I'm going to click on the opposite point just to show you, you'll see this quadrant appear, these four arms. So in fact I would like that one instead. So let's just do that again. Let's click on that line and click on this one, and I'm going to select the upright quadrant, just drag this out so I can see what I'm doing, and I'm going to say give me 65 degrees. There we go. So fully defined and now fully controllable. So if I exit this, or I could have activated command inside, but I'm going to click on the sketch and say extruded boss, and I would like that to be 3 millimeters, and we're good. Right, so at the moment, maybe that arm is a little bit too close to where I want it to be. That's quite simple to resolve. You just click on the plane that you created it on. Here's this dimension. I can drag the plane out and get it to snap to another point. It's neat. Okay, so let's just hide this for now because we don't need it anymore. Go around to the back. I want to put that recess in the back, so I'm going to go back to the front plane, excuse the language, put a sketch on it, and I want to go in reverse. I'm going to click on the normal to plane to flip everything around, and I want to create a rectangle, no, a square, by activating the center rectangle item, waiting until my mouse snaps to the origin, clicking, letting go and dragging, and then typing in, it's 57 I think. If it isn't, just make sure you go according to my brief, not according to what I say here if they contradict one another. So I've hit 57, that means this is fully defined. So we can now right click and say extruded cut. At the moment it's going in the wrong direction, so just head on over to your property manager and say let's go in reverse, and then just type inside here or scroll plus alt scroll to get to 17. I think 17 is the depth I want. There it is, very simple. And last thing I want to do is just to add some fillets in here, which I think should be 7 or 8, can't remember. I'm going to make it 7, so it's 7 already. Now you should be able to select, sort of hover over these points, and it would give you sort of a see-through, but it's not doing it. So I'm going to select this one. I've selected the face. I don't want the face, I want the edge. Right. The moment I do that, you get this selection manager appearing. I can select any one of these sets. I want this first one, that one there. Just the ends. Say OK. So that's efficient modeling because I got all my fillets in one shot. Alright, so your model is now complete. Let's just control save to get that locked in. And now to the drawing. So go head on over to your flyout, select make drawing from part. You're going to choose either A2 or A1. Just choose the drawing size according to what you need. So A2 should suit my purposes. Let's see. So here we go. We've got this drawing sheet, and I'm going to remember it's always front view first. Let go. Pull your mouse down. Put the top view by clicking. Pull your mouse to the right, and then click where you want that to be, and then pull your mouse down diagonally to the right, and then click in that space, and then hit escape. Okay, so this isometric view is always floating. The two views can overlap one another as far as the bounding boxes go, but they shouldn't overlap as far as the actual sketch goes. Okay, not in this case. Although that looks cool, but that's not what you want. Not for me. If this is too small, so let's say your clock is much larger, there's a quick way to remedy this. Go to your design manager, right click on sheet and go to properties in the drop down, and then just select a different size. So A1, say apply changes, and there we go. So you'll need to then just move this one up to the top, get it to snap into the corner. That's your revision block, and then you'll need to move these out so that they're spaced neatly, so that it looks like there's a designer behind this, not someone who just dropped drawings in without thinking about it, because those things count. Okay, so here's my drawing. I would like to get some dimensions in, but before I do that, I just want to go back to this part and just quickly update you. in the custom properties, the new custom properties that will have sent to you by now, will send to you at some stage, you'll see that I've changed this slightly so that the checkbox is missing and that there's an additional manufacturing process radio button. It's called other fabrication. So it used to be metal, plastic, and then blow molding. It's now metal, plastic, and other fabrication. So that's the one we want. So go back to the drawing, and if you've done everything correctly, then all of the details will fill in. So project is timepiece, title is clock, the date, so all the other details. So how do we dimension this? Well, in this case, because I'm looking for overall dimensions, you need to follow very carefully. First of all, activate your smart dimension command, either here or at the top, that one there. Now, because I want an overall dimension, I'm going to need to hold the shift button down, because I'm going to do it without the shift button. If I click on this round bit, you'll see it gives me a radius, and that's not what I want. So let's do that again. If I hold the shift button down and click on it, there we go, and I keep the shift button down and I select the other end, you'll see it'll give me an overall dimension. Now don't worry about the position, just click on that, let go of the shift button, and then you can pull your mouse either to the right or the left or the top, or the bottom, right? So that's where the dimension should go. So that's one, and I'm going to, because the command's still activated, I'm going to click on this flat, and that's the wrong one. So let's try that again. And then I'm going to hold the shift button down again to get an overall dimension, and click on the top of this item, wait till it shows you an overall dimension, pull it out, click. And the last dimension, but one, is just to give me a width over here. So these two lines, pull that out. And then I will want from you an indication of the size of your face. So please pull it out so that it is sort of at a diagonal like this, not that one there. I would like this one, because that just indicates, it's an easier indicator that we're pointing to a circle. And if you've got all of that right, then you can save, because that's all you need. So I'm not going to save Control S. I'm going to rather go to File, Save As, and this is because I want mine in a different place. So at the moment you see I've got my location SolidWorks. I'm going to go back up to timepiece, and under sheet views I'm going to drop it in there, and SolidWorks will rename your solid draw file according to your part file. So I'm going to say save, and it's going to, in this case, because I've done it already, I'm just going to replace it, and that's it. You've got everything done. If you've got this far, well done. I'll see you in class. Cheers.